What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 realistic AI only world battle. Wow, my voice has gone already. I can't win. There we go. This is living the dream right now. The Cree and the Zulu declared war on Britain last episode, which can be very exciting because the Zulu actually do matter in this one. Somehow they obviously conquered Spain. The Cree will also be going after the Inca, as are Brazil, which is going to be very exciting times. I think there's some other big war as well. Oh no, I think the Songhai just wrapped up. But yeah, something else, I swear something broke out. Maybe that was it. Maybe those were the wars. I feel like there was one more the term before that was quite big. But I can't remember it now. So it obviously wasn't that big. But yeah, there we go. Hopefully today, for me, I will be getting to the turn 400 point. Hopefully. Actually, am I doing my maths right? Yes. So, no. Yes. No. Yes. In the end, we got there. Today we'll be going to turn 380, regardless of the time, because I'm just such a nice guy. I didn't want to have a random episode, so I'm just going to make sure we do 12 turns today. We'll do 10 in the next episode, and then it will be results time, and then we'll show you what happens at turn 500, and basically as far as we can go beyond that when I have the time. Obviously they may not be happening straight away. I'll try and do them as soon as possible, but obviously it takes a lot longer. Because if 10 turns is an hour, as you can imagine, that's what, 5 hours to get another 100 turns, assuming it doesn't slow down. Yeah, something like that. Oh, the Hun's going for Greenland. That will be an interesting place to settle. That will be... They're settling anywhere at this point. I mean, I don't know. There's no food here, like, is there? These tiles don't even give you any food, so I assume even one population would starve up here. I just assume that one population cannot start. Hello. That's an alarm bell ringing. There's plenty of ice on this map. It's all very safe, so I can just run away. It's not like the submarine's in trouble. Obviously, some of those smaller mini battles I did last summer now, ages ago, that was a bit of an issue. This part of the Pacific, there's so many little blue dots now. That's very cool. Southampton. Yes, that is a very Cree name. That's definitely not been stolen from the UK. I wonder how far you have to go in the UK, though, to get Southampton. I mean, I've never seen it. Maybe the Britain mod I mean, bear in mind, TSLs, we hardly see any British city names. There's only 4 on this map. I think London, Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham, yeah. Do you like the 4? Probably, I don't know about Leeds. I think these are the 3 biggest cities in the UK. I think Birmingham... I don't know about... I don't even know. I'm not very good at this stuff. London is obviously number 1, if you didn't know. Birmingham, used to be number 2, but Manchester's, I think, is pretty big now, so maybe they're, closing in on Birmingham. I don't know, but I think Birmingham is probably 2nd still. Oh, this city fell. That's a different one to the one that's been falling normally. I didn't even know Persia had that, but there you go. I don't know, I just feel like for some reason in my head there wasn't a city here. That seems really easy. Oh, okay, that's not so good for Great Britain. The Huns are coming at them again. They're not really ready for this Attila. He is very far away, but he does have planes, which means he can defend himself. Oh, okay, look at that. Yeah, Birmingham's going to fall straight away. That's a blow. Whether Shaka gets in or not, he declared war last turn, so obviously he's not. It looks like he's not doing anything, but it's just a time thing. How long will the turns take? This turn, I don't think he's been yet, so I'm sure he will send his armies up towards Paris. The Shoshone joining in. That's not too big. I don't think the Shoshone will be causing any problems. I love how they're just keeping their technology. They've got paratroopers. I mean, the Cree could build paratroopers. Oh yeah, they do have some. Never mind. I wonder what it would take for Britain, to fully... I mean, they're at war with all of them now, aren't they? Pretty sure the Cree was in there as well last turn. The Zulu, Russia, Egypt's not... Ooh, the Songhai may actually take Rome. I was surprised when Egypt took it, so for the Songhai to take it, that would be quite impressive. They're not even using their planes. Where are they? They have one out on a carrier. Oh. Inca? Brazil, you've got to take Chichen Itza, because if not, the Cree will have it. There's no doubts about that now. Oh, poor Corral. That was so sad. Saying goodbye to the Corral. That was a painful ending for them, I'm afraid. What are you up to, Japan? How are you doing? Do you have regular planes yet? No, you still have the old ones. But, you know, you got some Yamatos. Maybe that will be enough. Maybe. I don't hold my hopes up. I wonder how quick Mongolia could just dispatch of them, should they choose to. Obviously, I acted like there was no wars going on recently. We do have the biggest war, like, possible, in theory. I don't think it is anymore just because Persia's lost quite a few units. But yeah, it is the biggest war. I think the Kree-Mongolia war just wouldn't be as good. Even if the Kree are now sort of clear second place, I don't know. I think the Info-Addict's going to be really close. I think, or not. Maybe the Kree are second in everything. I haven't looked at them, so I don't really know. But, yeah, it's either going to be a clear 1-2 and then really close, or clear number 1 and then a lot closer than we thought with the Kree, Persia. Obviously, the Songhai have grown a lot recently, and are still growing if they take Rome. So that will spice it up. Attila's going to probably grab this city. See what Russia can do. Not sure if they're planning on taking Paris with 2 cities or what, but we'll see how that works out. How did you lose a plane? Seriously? Against the UK? You managed to lose a plane? What are you doing? What's going on there then? How's that happened? I wonder who goes last now. The Corral were last. They were flying the flag for being last. It's always nice when it's a smaller civ because the last placed turn always takes longer. So if it's a small one, it doesn't feel as long. Whereas if it's a big one, like say imagine, I don't think it is the Songhai, but that does slow it down a bit. Let's see. They should hopefully, well not hopefully for Egypt obviously, but for them, hopefully grab Rome this turn. Oh no, I've got another sneeze coming. This is not good. I held that one in. It wasn't as noisy. I didn't hold it in, but I made it come out of the nose instead of the mouth. So there you go. Tactic of the day. If you need to sneeze semi-discreetly. The fact, obviously, good job I don't have face cam, you'd have just seen like a horrible sight of me all shriveling my face up, trying not to sneeze really loud. Arabia's sort of fallen back, and I think it was Egypt that were actually attacking Constantinople. Obviously, now they've got different priorities, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't know where all the Songhai planes went. Like, did they all die? Like, how the heck did they die? Maybe the artillery was really good at shooting them down. That seems very unlikely. Yeah, not really sure what happened to those. Arabia looking a bit thin on units now that they've thrown probably a little bit too much. Oh my, the Songhai's turn finally finishes after ages, and then Mongolia goes. Just can't win. They're probably not going to lose this again. It's again pretty safe behind the mountains, although I said that about Sri Lanka, and Persia retook that. Mongolia is just not committing enough to this war. Like this sort of, if they just threw all these units at it, they would take everything. But they're obviously just not that bothered. They don't mind killing off a few units alongside Persia's. Fair enough. Go on, Gandhi. 21 to 0. What sort? Okay, no, I thought that was a nuke. Just coming over this way. I think they are still up this way. Yes, they are. You're safe for now. India, you got 21 turns and you'll have made it to the end. And I feel like only Mongolia could stop you now. I guess Attila could with planes, but he's pretty busy. You might just make it. And I think, yeah, he can't actually get all the units over here. It's a bit of a mess. His empire is perfectly split in half. South and north. The planes can obviously switch, but that's about it. I wonder if these planes can reach that far. Be interesting to know. Oh, they can now build more boats here because of that citadel. There was a citadel here. They've settled inside it and it seems to have disappeared since I've reloaded the game. Oh, and there we go. That was not really a surprise. They sort of lost it last time. They had it very briefly, of course, and then lost it again. But he's being very cautious with his settlers. Do like someone that's cautious with their settlers. They're people too. But there we go. Birmingham once again falls into Attila's hands. Maybe looking a bit scary now for Britain. I'm sure they'll get to the end. I'm sure they will. But yeah, this is not looking good. Shaka's obviously after them as well. He's just entered the atomic era. Maybe we'll see a Zulu nuke sooner or later. Before the Songhai turn the war around. That'd be interesting. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a flying submarine. Okay. I was like, what on earth? Yep, there's a flying submarine just floating over the city. Oh, Attila's got a nuclear bomb. Never mind. And I found his planes. Maybe. I swear he had more. There are just so many units in the sea. Brazil yet to really make a dent, but this city's in the yellow. I don't know if Attila is in this war. I would assume from the look of it he is, and if he just manages to sneak in here, that would just ramp the Border up so much. The Zulu and Mongolia are already on this continent, as are the Iroquois. couldn't get much worse. I mean, look at the Songhai. They're just... What are you guys? They have nukes in South America. Like, what? Why? Okay. This world's gone crazy. This has definitely been the most entertaining battle, I think, of all time. It's definitely not been realistic, but it's been very entertaining. Oh my. How have they managed that one? Britain has still managed to keep themselves going. They are into the atomic era. Hopefully not facing a similar fate to what I will undergo in my Let's Play of them in Civ 6, which I would highly recommend you check out. It's just started, so you haven't really missed much. I think by the time you're watching this episode, there might be one episode out, not two, so that's good. I know I've done two, but I think only the first one will be out. I'm not very good at remembering the orders, and I'm trying to do more bulk stuff, so I'll do like 2 episodes of this in a row, and then 2 episodes of something else in a row, and then I'll just sort of upload them in the right order. So, yeah, I might get completely like out of whack in terms of what videos I'm talking about might be next, or what you should go check out in other videos. So if I like say you should go check out this video, it's probably not even out yet. I'm just getting lost and confused. But that's all fine. Oh, look at that. That is brutal. Oh, they said, wait, how did they get that mountain? Oh, they already had the mountain. Okay, I said about this a while ago. It was where Russia was down to 1 tile. I mean, they could have done it up there, actually. No, I was talking about it here, but it looks like it happened here. So Attila managed to sort of put a citadel down to split Russia from sort of west and eastern and connect his empire, finally. But there's a mountain in the way. The 1 tile. So they already had the mountain, and he put the citadel here to cut Russia off. But yeah, he would need another citadel. I mean, he's got a great general here, so he could put it like there. And that would give him that and that. No, that wouldn't work either. It's going to be such a slow process. Yeah, you may as well just put it here. Like, cut them off again. They would then be into 3 different parts of a little snake. That would make wars very weird. Probably even Attila wouldn't want to try and attack that. All these British units are in the sea. I don't know if the Huns will do anything about it. Obviously, again, it's time. Like, they probably just haven't had a turn to do anything about it. But next turn, I imagine some of these boats will be just... because they're such easy targets. The planes will be loving this. Those bombers will be sinking so many of those units. Not going to go too well. Here we go. Mongolia probably going to take this city again. Maybe not, actually. The helicopter's probably going to die. So scrap that idea. But we'll see. Rome. Oh, Rome did fall. The city's falling now come through so much later. It's pretty crazy. And there we go. So the 3rd African civ to be in Europe at this point. Because obviously Egypt are still there in the Balkans. Whether they can hold on to that. Carthage were there as well at some point. So almost all of them. In fact, I think every civ except Ethiopia that started in Africa at one point had a city in Africa. Oh no, Morocco didn't. Sorry, Morocco. Just wasn't your day. Was Mali in this game? No. Mali was not. Okay, just checking. Normally, I use them like all the time, so the fact they're not is quite a surprise. Even to me. Was there anyone else? It was just... oh, the Congo as well. I completely forgot. They've been dead for so long. Didn't even notice they were gone. Wow, 1 nuke in here would just be devastating. All those units in the sea. I know it's not how you're supposed to use the nukes, but that would just kill so many again. Just the land units in the sea, pretty vulnerable. That'd be pretty devastating for Shaka. That'd probably be like the most devastating place to nuke. His capital's like wide open anyway, so sure that wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, maybe the city as well. Bit of a blow. But yeah, it's basically north-east South Africa. I mean, the Zulu have got a fair amount, but the Songhai are just ridiculous. Like they are pulling out all the... also, their cities are much bigger in general. Like Thebes is at 20, and that's still in resistance. Like, imagine what that's going to add to their empire. Gao is at 32, 24 here. Marrakesh at 18. There are some big cities in there. But yeah, I guess, yeah, they don't actually look like there should be that much difference. I mean, the Zulu obviously have less cities, but it does look a bit weird. Arabia just chilling here, doing so well. I can't believe I don't think they'll make it much further. I think the end might be near for them. Once the Songhai or Persia aren't busy, they might be next on the chopping block. Obviously, at the moment, they're both pretty busy. And it looks like Egypt will be eliminated before 20 turns. Okay, my goal was very ambitious. Turn 390. That But you know what? We'll just go for it. Who cares how long this episode is? It's all good. All is well. There's going to be a short episode anyway when I do the results. That's only like 10 minutes normally. So, it's fine. Just get a little bit of extra today, which I'm sure you guys will not be disappointed in. Pahak Tui. I never know which one's who. Is Pahak Tui the Inca? I think so. Oh, Sao Paulo is struggling a little bit. The Cree was arriving. They seem to have changed course now towards Shaka. Interesting. Chichen Itza is into the yellow. I don't think Brazil have gone. Oh, good old Ottomans. You can't even see them on the mini-map. That is so sad. They just sat here looking very weak. They do still have this, I guess. At least they've got something to cling on to. That's what they really need. I thought Russia was Egypt for a minute. I was like, hang on a minute, what? They look very small in the yellow. Wrong yellow. It's all good. Russia now borders the Songhai. That must be a little bit scary for them. I think Attila doesn't. The good Ottomans are blocking that one off. That's quite funny. Processing turn for the Songhai. Okay. Cool. Once again, that seemed to come around really quickly. I feel like it's just the Songhai and Mongolia taking up everyone's time here. That might be the case, to be honest. That might be how it's going. Okay. Wow, look at Australia. They've already got cities here up to 19 population. That's not a good sign for the rest of the world. Like this, if you just separated this, Australia, and let them be themselves, they would be really strong. Like, they would be scary. But that's not the case. Wow, look at Japan. They are prepared to dig in when the war comes. Sadly, all their cities are coastal, so it might not really matter all that much, I'm afraid. Wow, it's still their turn. That is crazy. I need to really look into like cuts and stuff when I just run out of things to say. But I've never done it, and I always get nervous. And when I tried to do it once before, everyone seemed to hate it. So I feel like we can just bear with it for now. We'll work something out eventually, I'm sure. Right, if we count to about 10 into Mongolia's turn, that is when Egypt will probably lose this city. 10, 9, 8, 7, no, but it's in the green. It's a start. It'll probably fall. The fact they're doing this with just land units crossing the sea and no planes is ridiculous. I even know how they put that in the green, like, to be honest. Was that from this unit and this unit? Like, that's pretty impressive. Oh, Byzantium, this is your moment. I don't know if you've pieced out. I hope you haven't. This is your chance to sneak in there. It's really strange, because I was saying earlier in the sort of middle of the game, okay, that city... Okay, Mongolia took one of them again. We'll go look at it in a second. It's not that big news when that happens. It's been happening for like 100 turns now. Byzantium, I was saying for ages, had a great navy that will keep them alive. The problem is that great navy still consists of the same galleasses it did 150 turns ago. That's where it's fallen apart for Byzantium, I'm afraid. It's not really recovered. Yeah, all of those British units I was talking about, land units, some of them made the journey very bravely. Sadly, they're not really melee units or anything, so they're going to struggle there. But yeah, most of them were picked off, as we were expecting. Shaka's not really made his move yet. I think he's kind of scared. I would be too. So, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, Brazil came so close. They have at least cut Attila off, so he won't be the one to take it. This should definitely fall to Brazil. That'll be a huge blow to the Inca. I mean, there was a chance they might just sneak into the top 10 based on like some other civs falling apart before the end. But yeah, that will probably crush any hopes of that. But it will definitely give Brazil a big boost. They'll be looking very strong in South America. Obviously, the problem is for them, they're never going to be able to conquer all of South America back, because the Cree will be too strong, especially along this sort of behind the mountains. And obviously, no one's going to declare war on Mongolia, whether or not Mongolia could fight you in the specific region. And these two have open borders. Like, if that wasn't overkill enough, I don't know what is. They're just getting to use the double Panama Canal system. The Cree must be loving life right now. If I was Mongolia, I'd just like sell them one of these cities for like 10 million gold. And just, then, they can have one, you can have one. Could all work out. How is this one at 29? They're in the tundra. The Kree definitely producing a lot of food. That can be confirmed. That is for certain. How on earth are they managing that? I don't know if they have any unique abilities based towards food. That would make sense. So this city fell back into Mongolia's hands. I assume Persia's going to take it now. So they have so many archaeologists. Yep, there we go. That did not take long. This region has just been decimated. I don't see any fallout, although everywhere does seem to have been pillaged. There's a lot of smoke over here. A lot of areas really struggling. Oh man, there's so much behind. Just not even involved. Missile cruisers. Atomic bombs on carriers. Don't think they have any nuclear subs yet. These are just all normal submarines. I swear that one looks more tilted than this one on the logo. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the way the boat's facing. Yeah, that probably is it. Don't see a nuclear sub just yet. Obviously, they look slightly different. The only difference in the logo is the submarines facing the other direction. Is that one? Nope. Only normal submarines, so they're not quite unlocked everything. No giant death robots. AI doesn't tend to build them anyway, mainly because by the time they've got there, they've built all the nukes and haven't used them. So they have no uranium left, because they are not as intelligent as us. Which is good news. Means that yet. Actually, they might be. They've beaten me in many a game, so I won't go that far. But yeah, it's probably good news that they reserve their nukes and show a tendency not to use them. The Songhai came so close to grabbing Graz this turn, but it didn't quite work out for them. Not quite. Let's go have a look. I think, Mongolia just retook that city. I don't know if Brazil have been. It's the Inca's turn now, so I think Brazil might be next or something. It'd be pretty cool if they went next to each other. Byzantium's turn just flashed through so quickly there. Here's the Huns. They did settle in Greenland. Murmansk. Not sure how much population they'll get out of that or what the point of it was, but fair enough. And they are just not really committed to this UK war. They were just like, yeah, we just want Norway, the rest of Norway. And there we go. Brazil does grab Chichen Itza. Finally a city falls between Brazil and the Inca. It took a while. It was actually a Mayan city, I think, at the start, and then the Inca came and took it off them. Maybe I'm getting confused, but I'm pretty sure it was Mayan. Or maybe it wasn't. Either way, Brazil does now have it. That is the biggest coastal city in South America, so that is a huge advantage. But if they're not careful, they're going to lose Sao Paulo, which would be a huge blow. And then the Inca maybe won't be so bothered about losing their city that's far away, because they will finally have a connected empire. But now Brazil can focus everything up here. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a rush up this railroad, getting everyone up here. Yeah, I think Brazil can hopefully just about hang on. Doesn't look like there's any melee units around, so Sao Paulo might be safe. There we go, Brazil. That will be a very nice little grab for them. I just want to have a look at score. I know it's not very useful, but as we're avoiding the info addicts, it's always fun to look at. It's not even in order. Oh yeah, I'm at war with these people. They're the people, if you remember, all the way back when this series started. They started with those units that they weren't supposed to, the gauchos. So I killed them with giant death robots just to make sure I got the job done. Assign delegates. Embargo Byzantium, banning of nutmeg. So at the moment there's no trade with Egypt, Mongolia or India. No happiness from cloves. There you go. No one's buying nice cloves. No hype beasts in this world. And no happiness from Wales. Okay. Well, how can you... Wales just bring everyone happiness. How is that a thing? Mongolia 2,500, 1,300 for the Songhai. Persia only 800. Persia only just ahead of the Iroquois. That's quite a surprise. Russia only 700. Russia is behind Arabia. I was not expecting that. Inca aren't doing that well. Attila 1,200. Brazil only 735. Cree 1,600. So I think there's like 4 in the 4 digits. Okay. That's surprising. I did not think Persia were doing that bad. And I think we've definitely overrated Russia throughout the whole game. When I was saying there's a top 6, maybe Russia's outside of that. So there's a clear top 5. Cree, Songhai, try not to get this wrong, Huns, Mongolia. That's 4. Never mind. Oh yeah, because Persia's not as good as it said. I mean, Persia is as good as it says. They are doing incredible right now, so they can come 5th if we were just using score to base it on. And then it's a bit of a fight between Russia. Score's not the best, but the way we use the info addict system and score, they sort of do tie into each other, so it's pretty useful. Yep, this city's fallen again. So yeah, that we've already got that as a top 5. Persia just in probably a bit off in 5th, maybe. Probably just going to suffer because the fact they're at war. Like, they're losing a lot of units. They're going to be low in military manpower, that sort of thing. Then you've got sort of Russia. So that leaves 5 more spots for Russia. The Iroquois were up there. Brazil. I mean, the Inca could still be up there, even if they have lost the city. Shaka, Arabia, that's 6 already. Britain could still squeeze in on info addicts. Maybe not in the eye test. They're struggling now. But they might still squeeze in. And there we go. Egypt is the next civ to be eliminated. There is not many left right now, I don't think. Not many left. What are we down to? This is just the easiest one to tell. The Comanche. I didn't even know the Comanche were in this game at this point. That is... Look at who we've lost. Let's go through. The Sioux, Ethiopia, Sweden, Spain, the Maya, Indonesia, Carthage, Korea, Siam. I think it's definitely been the episode with the most deaths of civs. Mongolia just took a city they have not taken before. But yeah, we are down to 17 active playing civs out of 37. Obviously, I'm spectating as one. Oh, Sao Paulo did fall to the Incans. Apparently, anti-air guns are melee units. Okay, never mind. That's pretty big. But now it's going to be just that straight up head-to-head between Brazil and the Inca, and I think Brazil will have the advantage now. It's just that they sort of overcommitted to the south down here. What was I going to look at? Mongolia just had one hell of a turn. They took this city again, but they also took this one again. Pretty cut off from behind the mountains. So that's another one they'll just get to keep. Another border with Attila. They now almost completely surround India. There's still a few free tiles here in the desert. There are some parts of the map. The map is very full. This is quite rare that it gets this full up. I see there's some small gaps in the mountain range here. There's obviously bits of Greenland and the ice. Up this way in Europe, I don't see any space at all. Maybe some of the Mediterranean. No, all the Mediterranean is almost gone. There's one tile to go. For the most part, all these tiles are gone. There's little gaps in the desert in Asia and a little bit above Mongolia in the snow again. It looks like there's little bits here. I don't know how Japan has not managed to get those yet, but fair enough. Mongolia still with more settlers. There's a little bit in Australia. I guess that's fair enough. It's nearly full. They filled this area out very quickly. There's a little bit here, quite far away from where the Zulu was settling. This city's very new. Where are you going, Kuri? I mean, this is just a small part of your army, so don't worry. It's not a bad decision to send that sort of navy just halfway around the world. They can definitely afford to do it. So nutmeg was banned and Byzantium was embargoed. Sorry guys. Oh, you finally got some artilleries up. That's quite nice. But Arabia's arriving now with even more units. The Huns just built a tank. I think that's the first tank unit we've seen. I don't know why they're not very popular. They are quite useful. Very fast. You know, if you want to grab cities, bit of a blitzkrieg approach. Can be very good. I feel like Arabia could still pull this off, but they are struggling. Persia once again retakes their city. I'm getting tired of that at this point. It's just happening all the time. There's Attila. I thought it looked like on the map like he'd made that little gap a little bit bigger, but obviously he is not just yet. So never mind. Oh, Zulu are going to go for Paris. This would be incredible if he has Madrid and Paris. That would not be expected. That'd be a real surprise, actually. Very surprise result if he was able to pull it off. I'm not sure he will be able to. I didn't even have my timer on. I don't know how long this episode's been. I was just like, we're going to go to turn 390 no matter what. So we could be like an hour in right now. For some reason it feels like it's been an hour. I certainly am going to scrap the plan of recording the next episode straight after. I'll do that later. I'm going to make 6 episodes today, guys. It's the first of 6. So maybe you can try and piece together the order as I get through them all and lose my voice and just, get very tired. But we've got to get ahead. Try to get ahead while I got some free time. Ooh. Nearly falling again. So close, but yet so far. They're really trying. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check. Let's have a look. There you go. I don't think you can see a thing. Here is the audio. Oh, there we go. We just hit the 30-minute mark. That's why my brain was just like naturally like, this is about it normally. But yeah, the game is obviously slowing down a little bit towards the end. We've got through 6 turds now in half an hour. That's not as good as it was before. I'm going to try and get as far as we can. I'll try and make this one like 40 minutes, and then we'll do another 40-minute one to wrap it up. I think that's probably the best way. So if we can get to like 386 or 387, actually no, that's not good, because that means the next one will be even longer. Although I know you guys would like that. I'm just going to keep going for now. It's fine. If I make 5 today, it's all good. It's fine. Just catch up. I was going to say tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll be able to make any episodes tomorrow. Well, I'll be able to make a few, but will there be time for extra? Who knows? Who cares? Let's just focus on the task at hand, which is letting you guys know what's going on in this AI-only battle, even though I don't really know that much about Civ, even after 4 years playing it quite a lot. I get surprised every day. It's not that I get surprised, it's just I forget everything. Like, you can leave me some great comments about why these things are happening, and I'll remember for a little bit, but it'll be gone eventually. I'm sorry. Just terrible memory. It's like in EU4. I know I should raise war taxes every time I'm in a war. I don't think I've done it in about a year. Just forget about it all the time. All gone. Why? Japan versus Byzantium. Like, I was excited when I saw Japan go into war versus Byzantium. You serious? That doesn't even matter at all. And neither does Britain. I mean, they could take Iceland, but probably not going to happen. Arabia's sort of coming back to reconsider it. That didn't go too well for them last time. They killed a boat already, so maybe this time will go a bit better. Especially if Britain does just decide to come over and help. Paris, the siege has begun. There's not really any siege units around. Going to make this very difficult. I mean, if Attila just started bombing it for fun, like, that would help. But I don't know if he has vision that far. Yeah, anyway. I'm just watching this area because, if we watch cities falling, it makes us feel like more is happening. Regardless of the fact we watch it fall every turn. It's like those films, and there's a few of them, so I don't want to name a specific one. Other options are available, but those films where the guy like dies and wakes up and it's the same day again. I think it's been done over so many times at this point. I think there's one with a girl as well, like the Happy Death Day. I think that one. There's one, the one with Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow, and then there's the original one. I can't remember. I'm not that old. Not really a fan of old movies. Some people are gonna die inside when I say that. I just like whatever's out now, to be honest. Obviously, there's some stuff I'll go back and watch, but yeah, I'm not. If it was made before I was born, that is a no from me. Unless it's really a classic, good film. I'm pretty sure the only films from before I was born that I've even seen are Jurassic Park. Obviously the Star Wars movies, that original trilogy. I think that's it. That doesn't sound great. Just, doesn't interest me. I'm sure there's some that I'm forgetting. But yeah, from since 1999... But I'll stretch back and watch some stuff from the early 2000s maybe. But before that, no. Doesn't interest me for some reason. No matter how good people may say it is. I don't know, that's just me. Attila, not really making much progress against Great Britain yet. Or, I say not making progress. I don't think he's putting in much effort. Of all the names you could steal, you stole that one. And why would it not be a Hunnic city? If you could see me right now, I'm face palming. My hands just on my forehead. I'm looking to the ground, thinking, I put all these effort into these AI-only battles, and this is how I get treated by the game. We don't get entertaining wars, or balanced civs, That's partially my fault, sorry. Um, but, but wow, also my eyes have been shut for a long time now, just face palming, so I don't know if anything big happened. The Kree grabbed Sydney Opera House. But Attila has gone, you know what, we're going to steal a name, which, unlike normally where we steal a name that's not been used yet, we're going to steal a name that has already been used, and we're going to steal the generic random one that was obviously generated when the game broke a little bit. That is 200 million IQ plays. That is... his genius knows no bounds. Like that... I don't know, if you're on Facebook, you're from the UK, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but the Top Gear memes are popping up quite a lot at the moment. That fits this perfectly. The level of Attila's genius just knows no bounds. He's above all of us. The world is screwed. The AI is going to take us all over because they're just too smart. Shaka's coming really close to taking Paris. I assume Attila is helping him now. Like, there's no way he managed that by himself with just infantry and one artillery, although I don't know, maybe he did. I'll give him some credit. I am rooting for him to win still. There's a part of me that believes he's just going to go God mode, take out Askia in like one turn, and then just conquer all of Europe, plough through Persia, and then conquer South America first because that would be easier, then take out the Kree, and then just demolish Mongolia. But for some reason, my faith in that happening in the next 14, said that really weirdly, 14 turns is dwindling. I don't know why. It just seems to be dwindling a little bit. Not so sure it's going to happen right now. Cusco is in the... the Kree is going to take the Incan capital, so all of that work. Brazil, this is going to suck for you, I'm afraid. It's a short-term gain, but you sold your soul to the devil because the Kree is helping you, and they're gonna take you out one day. Like, I imagine by turn 500, Brazil might be gone. South America might be the sort of Cold War zone for the Kree and Mongolia, where they both have half the land. We're getting to a point where the Kree and Mongolia have so much land elsewhere that they may actually fight a war. Like, I mean, they seem like best buds at the moment, so probably not. But eventually, it might be feasible. I mean, they border each other in the Americas. South America, they have sort of cities that border each other. Pacific would definitely be one hell of a war if it was to break out. Not so sure. Obviously, Asia and North America itself would be pretty rock solid, although the nukes might be flying. I don't know if the Kree have any. I think they do, they're just dispersed. I don't see any Kree planes, actually. They're all dispersed. Maybe they have no oil. I mean, Mongolia suffered the same problem. Wouldn't be a big surprise. Processing turn for Japan. Processing turn for Great Britain. I need a drink. Like, this episode is going on. We're going in deep here. This is a long time. 30 minutes. Not 387. We're about to hit the 10 turns in one episode mark. It feels like it's been 4 years since I started. There we go, the Iroquois joining in. That is not going to help the Incas' cause. I'm sure they'll be fine, but that is not ideal. Brazil came so close to grabbing Sao Paulo. I think they just went. If not, then someone else did some damage. Oh, the Zulu. So close. Oh, the Songhai will hopefully speed up a little bit now, because they're not at war. They might just take a chill pill, or they might just keep going. We'll see. I think they need to sort of stretch out a bit. Obviously, their units have now got a lot more ground to patrol and borders to manage. Going to be very difficult. Oh, a new city right here in the middle. Just straight away with 4 population. Obviously, thanks to ideology. Did everyone have... We haven't seen any revolutions yet. Some of them are struggling really badly. It's very, very weird. What am I looking for? That was not the button. This was not the button. Where is it? I swear it's only here. Am I missing something? Where is the social... Oh, this one. It's that one. I clicked it when Mongolia was going, which is always the time when it takes the longest to load. Good job, George. Oh, Mongolia versus Great Britain. Please don't crash the game. Please. Don't crash. Oh, okay, Sri Lanka fell again. Mongolia is starting to grab a few more cities at a time. In terms of ideologies, the Order civs are all under revolutionary waves, as is the Freedom one. Luckily, Byzantium, Japan and Britain have the happiness to sort of survive. Songhai is probably going to have a revolution soon. The Inca versus Great Britain. Inca, you do not need to be fighting more people. I mean, you're going to do fine, but come on. You're pushing it a bit now. Mongolia, they'll contribute some units, I guess. But yeah, I don't think they're going to conquer the British Isles, as crazy as that would be. Oh my goodness, Shaka. That is painful. How have you not... I don't think that was actually Shaka. I think that was Attila's planes. And then maybe the Zulu are yet to go. Oh, and Brazil did just grab Sao Paulo back. So at least they recovered that. And yeah, this city's probably going to go too, isn't it? Look at all these units. They're ready. It'll be a bit of a difficult fight, but I think Brazil will grab this as well. And that's going to be quite a painful one. At least there's wars going on still. This would be very painful if there wasn't. And there we go, they hadn't been. Shaka grabs Paris. The UK sort of booted off mainland Europe. They still have a bit of Brittany, but it's not a city. So 3 cities left. Ireland, Scotland and England, basically. Sorry, Wales. You got left out this time. You've not been left out in my Let's Play, though. So again, if you want to check that out, I'm just going to throw in the filthy little plug. Wow, I was supposed to have 2 episodes of this done by this time of day, and we've not even finished the first one. That's a good start. It's all good, though. All is well. Just on that grind, basically. It'll all be worth it one day. Probably. You know. Right, turn 3 at 8. We're 10 turns in. I'm going to go one more. And that will be it for this episode, and then we would have split the load. It would have been 11 turns this episode, it will be 11 turns in the next one and the final one. That seems like a smart move from me. I don't know if you guys agree. That seems pretty smart to me. That should be how we do this. Or we could do 2 and then have less next time. But no, let's just do 11 each time. Why not? This is pretty exciting. There is so much going on that is impacting that top 10, because the Zulu are slowly climbing in it. The UK are falling away. The Inca are falling away. Brazil are getting stronger. So the Songhai just finished getting stronger. Every little change might just shift you up a few positions across the whole of the info addicts. That's a pretty good thing. The Iroquois doing nothing. That's going to hurt them. There's a weird world where the Shoshone sneak into the top 10, by the way. Haven't really given them much screen time. But like, they're not doing that badly. They have a lot of cities. I don't know how they're looking on the info addicts. They might actually just sneak in. That's quite possible. Persia finally getting a Manhattan Project. Jesus, that took you a while. But they are still fighting with everything. This is such a valiant effort. But there is... I say this so many times about them. There's not much left in the tank. But they always seem to pull it out of the bag. So I'm not gonna say anything this time. Go on, Askia. Give us that war. Oh my goodness. Look at all these land units in the sea. These boats. If he declared war, he could just clear them up. That would be absolutely brutal. There would be nothing left. All those submarines, all the destroyers, they would just waltz on through and do so much damage. That'd be brutal. I think they're going to get away with it, though. I wonder if... Is the rest of the UK under attack? Not yet. Arabia came close, but they're going to fail. Attila has put a lot of planes in Greenland. Not really sure why. Assume they're just to defend him. We are past the 250 cities mark, which is kind of terrifying. But there you go. Okay, Mongolia, what do you got for us? How many Persian cities are you going to take and give away again? I keep forgetting that Zulu city is there. Just sort of ignoring it. But at least he's got open borders. Like, if they didn't renew that, Persia would be fine. I'm afraid that's probably not going to be the case. I mean, they wouldn't really. There'd still be units coming through here and through here. But there we go. That's fallen again. Whether they hold on to it, who knows. This looks like it might be it. I don't know. Persia will probably take it back again. At least this one back again. But yeah, I think Mongolia may finally have just enough. But, you know, oh, and Sao Paulo fell again. That was a surprise. I was fully expecting the battle for Tikal to begin. And there we go. But there is... Yeah, Brazil has a tech advantage with the planes, so they should probably grab Sao Paulo back pretty instantly. It's a shame all the population's dead. That would have been nice to hold on to. Here we go. Let's see what Brazil can do in one turn. I imagine it's going to be pretty good. The Korea also, they're close. They're not quite there for Cusco. There's a world where the Inca just get bad luck and get eliminated by all their cities being captured, like just by speed of units, and they don't really deserve to die, but it just sort of happens, and all their units disappear with them. That would suck, because complete kills is not on anymore. I used to always have it on for these games because I thought you needed it, and then something changed. You used to definitely need it. I can guarantee that, but yeah, apparently you don't need it anymore. And that obviously means the map's a little bit less clogged up with Ziz that are dead, just their units wandering around. That doesn't happen anymore, which is kind of nice. Japan, how's your war with Byzantium going? Looks like you're very committed to it. That's some top level commitment. Tokyo's at 28 population. How Mongolia's managed to avoid wanting to take that out, I have no idea. He's showing some great signs of resolve to not just cave in and take out Japan. But that is going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. A little extra long for you. Hopefully there'll be one more of a similar length to wrap it up, basically. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, please do be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to leave a comment down below as well. And be sure to subscribe. Maybe this episode, a good time to leave who you think would be in... Who's your top 10, basically? Let me know down below. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.